Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our annual spring concert. Tonight, of course, we're featuring the grade 6 and grade 8 bands. As you can see from your program, it's been a busy week of music making here in Canfield. We started off last Thursday evening with our high school bands. Both the concert band and symphonic band gave their spring concert. Last night was grades 5 and 7, and then, of course, tonight we have grades 6 and 8. You might be wondering why that paper bag was inside your program. That plays a really, really important part of the concert later this evening. And when we get to that point, we'll have some really good directions of what you need to do with that paper bag and why it was in your program. And I understand that we did run out of a few of the paper bags, so hopefully the last few people that came in were able to get a paper bag. And if not, we'll come up with an alternative for you guys when we get to that part of the program. We're going to go ahead and begin with our 6th grade band. They're going to start off with a really nice piece entitled Farandole. While the percussion section is back there changing, I would like to mention there's one other concert yet coming up that we didn't put in our program, but it's going to happen on Monday, May 22nd, down in the Village Green at 6:30 p.m. We're having what's called our 2nd annual Jazz on the Green concert, and it'll feature both the middle school jazz band and the high school jazz band. So if you would like to just come out, and hopefully it's going to be a nice evening and some great weather on May 22nd, and just bring your lawn chair, join us down on the green, and hopefully the gazebo will be up and running that evening. If not, we're going to be outside the gazebo area. But in any case, though, it will take place down in the Village Green area on Monday, May 22nd. The next piece of music we're going to play is entitled Laredo, and it's a really nice concert march. Kind of taught the kids about march style a little bit. I have to admit it's probably their least favorite song, but it did teach them how to play really, really good dynamics and some nice march style. So if they pull off the dynamics like they practiced in school, you're going to hear a lot of changes in volume. You'll hear things get very soft, and then medium loud, and then loud, and back and forth throughout the march. So here is Laredo. All right, now show of hands, how many of you could hear dynamic contrast in that piece? Yeah, awesome. All right. So give them another round of applause. That was a great job. Fantastic, sixth graders. This next piece is a real special treat. We're very fortunate here in Canfield that we have parapros that come in and work with our band students in grades 5 through 12, and they're all listed in your program, all those different paraprofessionals on the different instruments and so forth. But this one here has been doing a great job. Mr. Dylan Colat, he's been with us for a number of years. He and Mr. Drevner were working kind of in combination. And then Dylan was at the middle school, I think since November this year when Mr. Drevner had some knee surgery done. And he's been working with these three youngsters, I guess pretty much all school year. And what you're going to hear is the result of private lessons and good hardcore practicing. When you practice a little bit, you get really good at this. And last night we had a really wonderful treat of two fifth graders that played a marimba duet. They played the Ash Grove from memory. And those two students were also students of Dylan's. So this is a great opportunity. Anybody looking for lessons? I'm putting a plug in for Dylan. If your child plays drums and you want to do percussion lessons, get in touch with myself or with Dylan. He can hook you up with some drum lessons. While you guys are still getting set up, this is an announcement for parents and for students behind me. Not these guys, because they're graduating onto the high school, but sixth graders. If you are anybody interested in playing electric bass or piano in our jazz band next year, we'll be looking for both of those instruments because the current electric bass player and the current piano player in our jazz band, they're both eighth graders. And of course, we'll be moving on into high school next year. So anybody who maybe already plays bass or piano or maybe would like to start bass guitar and that sounds interesting to them, either contact me or have your child ask me in school, and we can start getting them playing electric bass now to kind of prepare for jazz band next year. So these three people that are going to play, they're listed in your program, their names and so forth and what they're playing, and the name of the piece is called The Downfall of Paris, which is a very standard snare drum literature that usually high school students play. I believe it's on the Class C list. Is that correct? High school Class C. So pretty impressive that we got some sixth graders doing this. So without further ado, here is Mr. Colat and Downfall of Paris. How about that? Were you guys blown away by that? Man, I was. How about a nice round of applause for those guys again? That's awesome. Wow. Very, very nice. We're going to continue with a song that you guys will recognize the title and where it came from. And so it's dated a little bit. But parents, I hope you enjoy More Cowbell. While the percussion section is changing back there, I got just a couple announcements I'd like to make to both. This kind of goes both to parents and students. And I know students on stage probably can't hear me very well because there's no monitor system with speakers back here. So parents, I'm going to rely on you if you can please relay this very important message to the students. What I would like for all the sixth grade band students to do is to please make sure that they keep their green Band Fundamentals Book 1 and the blue Premier Performance Book 1 that we are currently using, keep those over the summertime. I can't tell you how many times we come back to school and in the fall, and the kids always tell me, oh man, it got thrown away, or something happened to it, my mom threw it away by mistake, or who knows what happens to the books over the summertime. But please keep both books that we are currently working on, the Band Fundamentals and Premier Performance, over the summertime. Now, with that being said, all the students have play-along tracks for the Premier Performance Book 1 in Google Classroom. And believe it or not, just as an optional type thing, I am going to keep Google Classroom up and running during the summertime. And I know some kids would like to play over the summertime. They want to keep progressing and not lose what they've gained over these last 2 years. So every so often, I'll post something in Google Classroom over the summertime. And it may just say something like, hey, right about now, you should probably be practicing number 90 through 96, let's just say. And then that way, they kind of have a goal set in mind for that particular week or 2-week period. And they can keep playing over the summertime because, playing an instrument requires very, very fine motor skills. And it's one of those deals where you either have to use it or lose it. So, some of our sports things use more large motor skills. Playing an instrument, when you're moving your fingers on these tiny keys for woodwind instruments or brass instruments and so forth, very fine motor skills. So we're trying to keep that stuff in shape over the summertime. Secondly, if you are renting your instrument from either Pellegrino Music or Music and Arts, and you have a maintenance agreement with those two stores, now is a great time to have their instrument taken into the shop and just have it gone over. It's part of your maintenance agreement anyways, have the repair guys take a look at it, make sure everything's working properly, keep it in good working over the summertime, so when they start school back in late August, beginning part of September there, that they're able to hit the ground running, and we're ready to go with that. If you are renting from Pellegrinos, I just ask that you would please have your child give it to me the week of May 22nd. That seems like it's a good time with some things going on at school. We're heading near the end of the school year, and then that way I can get it, the road rep will come pick it up and get it checked over and everything and bring it back to me so I can give it back to your child before we end the school year. That's the week of May 22nd. Let's see what else. Oh, the last thing is I want to thank everybody who participated in our spirit raffle that we did. The band parents did a wonderful spirit raffle over the last 2 weeks or so. And the winners were announced last Thursday night at our high school concert, but I wanted to announce those winners this evening so you guys were aware of who the winners were. I think one of them is actually in the audience tonight, I'm pretty sure. The first prize winner went to Melinda Ross. Second place went to Marcy Wilkeson. And third place went to Carrie Smith. And I think, Carrie, are you in the audience anywhere? Yeah, okay, back there, right? So Carrie is still sitting in the audience. Now, that was the one that was $100 worth of lottery tickets. So I'm assuming Carrie didn't hit for $1 million because he's still here tonight. So otherwise, he'd be down south on an island by now. But thank you. Pardon me? Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good on your investment, I assume, right? Yeah, great. Thank you. Thanks for everybody for participating with that. And without further ado, we're going to get back to the final number for the 6th grade band. Then we got a very quick staging change that we do here with 8th grade band, and then we'll get those guys started real quickly. And this tune needs no introduction. You will all recognize it from a very, very awesome family movie that I'm sure everybody has seen. All right, we're going to turn on the house lights and do a real quick staging change. Be right back with you in just a couple minutes. We're going to do a quick little warm-up because they've been sitting around for quite a while here, and in order to make the performance the best, and we got some good news to share with you about what the 8th grade band has done over the last week or so. If you can just bear with us for a couple minutes, we'll do a quick warm-up and then get started. Thank you so much for bearing with us a couple minutes. What we just did there, I like it to the story about like athletes warming up, and I know many of these kids are involved with athletic events. Parents, you guys are involved with athletics in some way or working out at the gym or what have you, and you always got to do some stretching and warming up and so forth before you get into your workout or your routine. So that's what we just had to do there for a couple minutes just to get them ready to play and put on a great show for you. So thank you for allowing us to do that for a couple minutes. There are 3 songs in your program that we played at band contest last Thursday up at Lakeview High School, and I'll talk more about that later on, but the 3 pieces are Command March, Ghost Dancing, and Arabian Dances, and they're intertwined in tonight's program, and we're going to begin with Command March. That's getting them ready for high school marching band, right? Because they have to memorize all that music for pregame and halftime and so forth, which they've already done. They played many pep rallies and played with the high school band, of course, back in the fall. But just a little preview of what's to come when they get up to the high school years. I mentioned earlier about our wonderful parapros that we have working with our students, and Mr. Bercoli is our low brass parapro, and he found enough time in between working with the music and his other fundamentals and things that he was teaching that he was able to incorporate a low brass ensemble with the low brass players and low woodwinds. So at this time we're going to feature those folks playing a piece of music called Rondeau. So back on March 25th, we had an event that is called a Solo and Ensemble Contest. It was open to any 7th or 8th grader who wanted to participate, either playing a solo or perhaps doing an ensemble, which could be a duet or a trio or quartet, etc. And we had some students participate in both categories. And I'd first like to recognize, if you played a solo that day on March 25th at Solo and Ensemble Contest, would you please stand to be recognized? All the soloists. Those folks all received their certificate and their comment sheet on the Monday, the Monday after the contest. So they have already received those items. But tonight, I would like to acknowledge the students who did an ensemble. And we had, first of all, a flute duet of Lily Rich and Allison Whippo. Well, a nice round of applause for these two. And we had an 8th grade percussion ensemble. Oh, by the way, the duet received a 1 on their particular event. And the 8th grade percussion ensemble also received a superior 1 rating on their ensemble piece. And it was made up of Daniel Lee, Addison Lapata, Bryce Lynn, Zach Mullane, Amalik Singh, and Dylan Yankowski. So how about a nice round of applause for the percussion ensemble. The next piece we're going to play for you is entitled Arabian Dances, and it starts off very slow. It's got some really cool percussion effects going on in it with maracas, a rain stick. Daniel will be playing the xylophone, and then there's a nice clarinet duet that happens, and then later on the flute section joins in, and then it breaks into total chaos of an Arabian dance and huge party scene. So we hope you enjoy Arabian dances. Before we play our last number, I'd like to just do a couple of announcements of some things that have happened over the last week with the 8th grade band, which is really, really, really exciting news. Last Thursday, on, what would that have been, May 4th, we went to band contest at Lakeview High School, and that's where you play 3 pieces of music before a 3-judge panel, and they get a chance to listen to the band, and they make comments, both positive things that are going really well, and then they make some constructive criticism on things that could perhaps improve the band overall and in their performance, and then they come up with a rating of 1 through 5, 1 being a superior and 5 being a good. And all 3 judges gave the 8th grade band a superior rating, so they earned a #1 rating last week at band contest. And then on Saturday, we had a chance to take a lot of the members of the band went to Cedar Point, and we performed in what is called the Music in the Parks Festival. And again, that's where you perform. This time we only had to perform 2 pieces of music on Saturday, and it's only a 2-judge panel. And these trophies up here represent some of the outstanding things that the kids did on Saturday. This one here next to me was that they had earned another superior rating, like they did at band contest in their division, which was 1AA, and that's based on the school enrollment is how they determine what division you're in. So we were in 1AA, received a superior rating. So another great job by them on Cedar Point Day. Fantastic. And the larger trophy over here is also related to the Music in the Parks Festival, and that is they have many bands that play on Friday and Saturday throughout the entire day, Friday and Saturday, and the 8th grade concert band received what is considered to be the overall best middle school band of all the performing groups that weekend at Cedar Point. So how about that? Awesome job. So as you know, obviously this is the 8th graders' last concert, and I just have a couple words here I'd like to say. First of all, I'm really looking forward to continue working with these fine young musicians as they move up to our Canfield High School band program. They are going to feel a great sense of pride, commitment, and family as they begin their next step as members of the Cardinal Pride Marching Band. For those who have chosen not to continue in high school band, all I ask is that you reconsider. I believe that you have put in so much work over the past 4 years and become such a good musician that it is unfair to yourself just to walk away from it and not even give it a try for 1 year in high school. It's like you've gone to all the practices for 4 years, and now it's time to play the game, and you say, I think I'm going to quit. Middle school can be some really, really hard years, but believe me, all the fun of being in band begins now when they join high school. You don't know if you don't like it until you try it. So any 8th grader not signed up yet for next year, I'm encouraging them to at least try it for 1 year. And then at the end of the 1 year, you can make an informed decision whether you'd like to continue or not. Parents, please reach out to me if you have any questions that you may have about high school band. I'd love to help you and your child make an informed decision. So 8th graders who have not signed up yet, please reconsider. We'd love to have you in the high school band. On your way out this evening, we have, of course, our cookie reception and lemonade reception that is put on by the Canfield band parents, and we got some dads and moms out there waiting to serve you guys with that. Well, we have arrived to the point of the program where that brown bag in your program is going to come into play right about now. So I need to get Jackson Linko up here. Oh, one other announcement before we do that, too. The yard signs here, they have those for sale out in the cafeteria as well. If you'd like to get a yard sign, they're $10. And as I drive around Canfield and the township and in the city, I'm seeing more and more of these pop up all the time, which is really, really cool. And sometimes you see one that has a family that's got a sports one for whatever, lacrosse or softball or cheer or whatever, and they got the band one next to it. Very, very cool to see the support that the parents give to all the different activities here in Canfield. So you can purchase one of those out in the cafeteria if you'd like. All right, here's the way the band, the baggie thing works. Jackson's here. My helper is going to help out with this. So what you're going to do with the bag is you'll notice that they're all numbered 1 through 8, and then some of them look like they have a fireworks display on it. So what's going to happen here is Jackson and I, at one point in the song, Jackson and I are going to be holding up a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the fireworks. In just a moment, and I don't have a bag to show you because I had to give out all the extras that I had to give out. So what you're going to do is take your bag and open it up with your hand and get it nice and open so it's yeah, these front row folks got it. Yeah, you're doing awesome. And then what you need to do is maybe either roll down the top a little bit, or what you have to do, though, is you have to blow up that bag and then twist it so that the air stays in there. And when you see your number being held up, then you pop your bag when you see your number, or when you see the fireworks. Now, those of you folks who know the 1812 Overture, and many of you do, it's a very popular melody. Typically, this is done with cannons going off for the 1812 Overture. You folks are going to be the cannons tonight. And you get to make the nice loud popping sound. Now, last direction I have for you is on the way out of the auditorium. Would you please take your paper bag with you? And there are going to be some kids, high school kids are going to be collecting sheet music donations at the back of the auditorium. There's also garbage cans at each of the 4 exit doors. And you just toss your bag in there at the end of the concert. All right, we'll give you a couple minutes to get your bags blown up. We're going to start the piece of music because you got about a minute or so before we get to the first popping. All right, so you wait till you see your number. Not now. Wait when you see your number. And when the music is playing, you'll see your number, and then that's your turn to pop your bag, and it's going to sound really, really cool. I hope you have a lot of fun with this. 1812 Overture. Thank you so much for coming this evening. Thank you for supporting music education in Canfield. Really appreciate it. How about another round of applause for the 6th graders? Fabulous job. Awesome. And our 8th graders. Yeah, nice job, 8th grade. And we'll see you all out in the cafeteria. Enjoy some cookies and lemonade and some good company and seeing friends and family and so forth. Thank you very much.